All right, glad we're here. Awesome. So as we establish our seat, our bones of pelvis and legs and feet touching the ground. Align skull bones over those pelvic bones. Now we start to move in. We move in with our breath, our feeling awareness. And in partnership with our body, its vast storehouse of wisdom, of intuition, healing guidance, and wholing guidance. In partnership with our body. We ask, is there something that is right to emerge today, now? Is there something that I need to be aware of? Is there something I may know? Is there guidance I may need to receive? And as we kind of supplicate the body, as we ask that inquiry, just use these next breathing moments to let any kind of response start to occur. Feel shoulders relax. And we'll start with a few unlikely moves, so moves that we may not have done. So I just want you to explore this jaw stuff with a degree of care. You might want to listen and see first before you do. I'm going to plant my right hand slightly behind me so that I can allow for my chest to lift and my head to tip slightly back. It's actually tipped slightly back and right. Now, not all necks will feel favorable toward this back, so you may just have to make it more lateral. I'm going to go back and a little bit to the right. Now, carefully moving this entire bottom jaw toward the sky. So in effect, I'm moving my bottom jaw away from my right hand. So if you've ever jutted your jaw out, it's kind of that move. I'm talking as I'm doing it so you can get a sense of just where that jaw is going. And there is a muscular effort to do this. There's a muscular effort, and there may even be a little bit of a novel jaw stretch, recruitment, or even fatigue. I'm going to move laterally, kind of press my torso up, and with my right hand, help the head up. So the why are we doing this funky neck thing? Okay, this jaw is a very expressive area of the body, joints and muscles, especially right around the ear, are deeply implicated in heart listening, ear listening, vocal expression, and these cervical neck joints. If we just lean the head left and right, we only get so much access to the neck. This is just a different way into those deep, deep neck structures. So I'm going to go the other side. I'm planting my hand a little bit behind my hip because for me, I can tip my head back a little bit. Now as I tip my head back into the left, I'm going to actively move my jaw toward the sky away from my left hand. Just like I'm picking my jaw up. And it may start to draw a little bit or elucidate some fuzziness or some cluster of activity around the deep neck structure. I'm not really hanging my head, but I'm periscoping my face and my head toward the sky. And pressing the trunk back to center. Now use the left hand to help the head back to center. Now breathing into the brain, the throat, the heart. So when we feel our body, we're not only feeling the artifacts or the content, the discrete moments of experience, but we're also feeling the implicit environment, the tone, the mood, the water that we're swimming in. Now let's begin our pranayama. So maybe with that neck a little bit freer, we'll begin some alternate nostril breathing. I'm going to change the cross of my legs. I'm going into shoelace, but I understand that that may not be desirable as a beginning spot for everyone. So just choose a form of right over left that you love. And we'll go for a ratio of 10, 10, 10. Very simple, 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. You choose the hand, and since everyone's familiar with alternate nostril breathing, we'll begin. And perhaps, just perhaps, with this slightly deepened sense of throat and jaw, those expressive qualities of body, they start to bring forth a sense of what I need guidance on today. What is it I need to know? I ought to know. What is right for me to know today? And note any response emerging from the depth of jaw structure, vocal structure, neck structure, deep brain structure, back of brain, the bottom of the brain. The next time you exhale, we'll switch the cross of our legs and continue. Keeping that jaw really relaxed, expressively responsive. And continue until you've completed an exhalation, completed a round, and feel free to relax your hands. Wonderful. Okay. Place the soles of feet together as we prepare for side bend. Right hand beside. Inhale the left arm. I'm saying up, but we've been doing quite a bit of side bend in this last year or 10. So you may want to start to explore some novel angles. You might reach that hand a little bit forward as you reach to your right. With that relaxed or responsive jaw joint. Breathing underneath the jaw joint, the throat, and into the shoulder. Exploring any of those tensions that interconnect through the jaw, the throat, the shoulder, the space of the heart. Because in these tensions is a way of listening to the messages of our body, the voice of our body. We can actually listen to the quality of tension. Tenderly. Now, chest opener. Inhale, bring this left arm up, over, so it's just left of vertical. And now with the hands more or less kind of straight away from each other, and lift the chest, which is a back muscle move, an upper back muscle move. Start to press through the right arm and reach through the left. And if it's right for your neck, this may be an appropriate place to tip the head ever so subtly back. Again, you have to explore what's truly right for your neck. If this pinches or hurts, you just have to find that angle that is good. And then inhaling, draw this left hand down, assist the torso up, and use your right hand on the right side of the head. Smoothly assist the head up. Other side. Left hand beside you, side bend, inhale the right arm up. And again, you can explore some novel angles. You can reach slightly forward. Exhaling, reach to your left. So what might we know with this simple, gentle, compassionate act of listening to the body's voice? This is a voice center. And the way that we hear our soma, our body, our mind, our spirit, our guidance, it's probably not in prose. It's probably not overly wordy. Our body may express its messages in tones and colors, in little flickering gestures or memories or whiffs of emotion. fluid movement, thickness, buzziness, vibration. And some people are very visual. They have a more color-oriented shading of dimness, brightness. Chest opener. Inhale and take that right hand all the way up and over. So both arms kind of extending away from each other. Use a little bit of those back muscles, those upper back muscles between the shoulder blades to lift the chest up. And again, finding that right angle for the jaw and the neck. You might slightly tip the base of your head back and to the left. Even uncertainty has a voice. I just hang with those uncertainties, those quivers, those ambiguous feeling moments. And we can feel ambiguity in the body. Okay, inhaling, let's lower the right hand. Press with the left, torso to upright, and support head to upright. All right, help the legs together. And let's lie on back. We're going to leave the head down on the ground for these. You're welcome. Cross the right knee over the left. And again, we're leaving the head on the ground. Place your hands on your thigh, your right thigh, mid-thigh. Now, a little adjustment may be necessary to feel both halves of your sacrum, both halves of your pelvis on the ground. Inhaling into the low belly. Keeping that jaw relaxed. Exhale, curling the tailbone, press. Hands into thigh, thigh into hands. Keep the shoulders moved down away from the neck. Pull low belly down. Inhale, let up that pressure. Just a little side note, I have my triceps on the ground. So as I'm pulling my legs in, I don't have to engage my neck or my shoulder as much. Exhale, curl tailbone, pull the thighs into the hands and press with the hands back into the thighs. Feel that little tailbone shift. Pull low belly down. Inhale. Let that tailbone relax. Let those abdomen muscles soften a bit. And now exhaling, curl tailbone, thighs push into the hands push into the thighs. Now as you're drawing your low belly deeply down, reflect, feel into the deep throat jaw area. Does it relax? Softness? Good. Inhale, let's do one more. Exhale, curling the tailbone, press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. And at the moment you're drawing that belly in, feel deeply where that ujjayi sound occurs. Feel right there in that soft tissue, deep neck. Good, release. Inhale, unwind. Now we'll switch sides. Left over right. Again, we're still keeping the head down. We're just doing this latter portion of twisted root abs. Hands on thighs. Personally, I keep the triceps and the elbows on the ground for greater leverage. Inhale into the low back and sacrum. Exhale, curl tailbone. Pull the thighs into the hands. Push the hands into the thighs. And then as you're drawing the belly in, feel what you're doing. Base of brain, vocal folds, jaw. Inhale, soften just a bit. We'll do the last 4 on our own. Please continue. Take breath rests if you need, but we'll do 4 more. Kind of activating in this deep, deep pelvic area. One of my body worker friends relays to me the analogous structural relationship between the pelvis and those deep sinus cavity, that kind of deep in the head, face, throat energy area. I find that super fascinating. And relax through the jaw. Yeah. There you go. That's it. Good. It's pretty activated down in the belly, but then what am I doing behind those jaw joints? Yeah, good. Tricky. All right. Good, and when you're through, we are through. We're doing very similar with a roll. Again, we'll leave the head on the ground, but roll or object between the legs. You're still engaging the inner legs, and we'll reach the legs toward the sky. Okay. Now, I'm leaving my head on the ground. I'm going to use my fingertips and just touch the area underneath the skull. Okay? You could put one set of fingertips in that little cervical curve of the neck, and you could put one hand on your abdomen. Like, that'd be a kind of fun, cool way to work, so you're feeling both the sacrum and the skull same time. Your choice, but the head will remain down. Inhale into the low belly, sacrum, pelvis. Good, hold that just for a moment, activating those legs, squeezing the roll. Curl the tailbone just a little bit. Exhale, keeping that throat, that neck really soft, fluid. And as you draw the belly down, feel with your hands the neck, the sacrum. And then inhaling, we let up that squeeze, let that kind of wash of energy move back in through the legs and the pelvis. Holding that squeeze. I know there's a little pressure buildup. Curl tailbone just a tiny bit, tiniest amount possible. Exhale. Draw the belly in and down. Feel with your hands, base of skull, abdomen, and then release slightly, inhale. Now here's what's really cool. We've got a lot of really awesome, strong, deep practitioners, so let's take advantage of us doing this all together. We'll do the next 4 to 5 rounds on our own. When we work in a group together like this, Sometimes we have access to more depth and even more collective unity. Like, this is a really, really cool, powerful moment for us as practitioners. Everybody going and perceiving deeply helps everyone go and perceive deeply. How we work in these depths is a gift to everyone else working in these depths. So beautiful. Relaxing in that underbrain area. There you go. Nice. Now, when you are through, simply rest. We can move that roll away. When we turn over, I'm going to do a little bit of dolphin prelude. So there's this little bit of traction that we're implying, that we're working through this whole core. So elbows under shoulders, hands clasped. Set the knees slightly back and slightly apart. Now, depending on your neck situation, you may like resting your forehead on a surface. You may like just letting the head kind of hang out. But as we shift the sit bones back, we begin. However you relax the head, whether it's propped or just kind of hanging out, the feeling for that softness, that fluid communication from breath through throat, through heart, through core. In these types of moves, we're kind of augmenting the spaciousness of the body. In a sense, we're kind of implying, we're inquiring, what if a freer, a more spacious or open body, what information, what energy information emerges, can be known as I imply this openness of body, this relaxedness of core. And are you getting that adequately, Vijay? Do you need to send the hips further back? Do you feel that traction? Yeah, okay, good. Just take just a couple more full, rib deep breaths. Mm. All right, to release, we'll shift our weight forward, as simple as that. We're resetting. We're going directly into dolphin. So a little reset is in order. Knees under hips, hands to the ground, whether that's clasped or forearms parallel. Push, inhaling. Toes curled under, exhale, smooth entry. And you don't even have to straighten the knees imminently. You might just reserve a little bit of bend so you can enter into the spine and brain smoothly, gradually. Sometimes when I put a little too much stretch through the body all at once, it's kind of a systemic buttoning down that can occur. Not always, but remember, all of this is unfolding and revealing at its right organic pace. We just have to be steadily aware and present to catch it, to know it. And gently set the knees down. I'm going to show you this next move. If you have a wall, very, very nice. If you don't have a wall, still workable. This is a move we'll often do in preparation for something like dragonfly, but we're just seated, ankle over thigh, and I proceed to bend and walk this ground leg toward my chest. Okay, so I've got my right ankle over my left thigh. I like the wall because I can get my sit bones right up against it and I get a ton of support. Okay, if you don't have a wall, just freestyle without the wall. Still a lot of benefit. Okay. You get if you're at a wall, you get that bonus, that bonus benefit of feeling a relationship of skull to sit bones. There we go. What I also really like, these are just all side notes, sidebars. You can implement them or ignore them. Sometimes I'll take my hand to my thigh and just create a little leverage, like a little pick-me-up. So it's one part support to one part traction to one part deep hip stretch. Good. So now that we're starting to situate in there, I'll ask us, as we're breathing into the pelvis, what's that like around the brain? Did it kind of bunch up a little bit around the bottom back brain? Where your Ujjayi technique can be felt, that's a good location to feel. That's kind of where the palatal, the skull bottom meets the back of the neck, meets the top of the throat. Good. Let's release. I just walk my left foot forward to gentle unwind. Okay. Here we go, other side. So I go left ankle over right thigh. Doing brain work today. And walking, drawing the right knee closer to chest. And again, just this little side detail, because I'm at a wall, I can put my tricep on the wall and my hand on my thigh and create a little traction leverage. Yeah. So just by me pushing my arm into the wall, my thigh gets a little traction. And create a little a footstool with my right forearm. Good. Once you get situated into your spot, just reconnect breath to back. And as you're experiencing that hip, that back, just get a sense of what you're sensing near the throat. Right where that ujjayi friction, that ujjayi technique can be felt. It's letting that voice area help us learn the body's communication. One more very deep breath here. Good. Let's release. Okay. So now we are ready for emergence. I'm going to stay by the wall. Slight adjustment. I'm doing this from my forearms. And here's the visual reminder. I'm setting up dolphin on the wall. I press my knees up. And I press my feet up. And here you have some decisions. You can remain right here, or you can place ankle on thigh and press up. Okay. So if you do like 4 or 5 breaths per side, that'd be pretty swell. The other option is dolphin at the wall, 8 to 10 breaths. So here we go. Whenever you're ready, we'll press the knees up. When you're in dolphin, the heels skim the wall. And from here, I think y'all know what to do. Help yourself in, feet to wall. And you have the option of remain here or working emergence, ankle to thigh. And a pressure that lightens the pelvis, that lightens the shoulders. Feel the base of the brain freely relaxing, hanging down from the pelvis. There you go. Go straight up hips. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We're likely about half through. Just continue. And just continue. When you're through, set your knees down, take a rest moment. And let's stand. We'll stand at the top of our mat. As we inquire for these deeper messages, the wisdom, the intuition, the guidance, my perception is that sometimes our way of usually perceiving gets a little disheveled, dispossessed, deposed. Right? So it's not uncommon for things to feel kind of swirly and ambiguous and uncertain and kind of watery. Would that be okay? If that is so, would that be okay? Could I play and investigate and breathe and feel in a kind of different sense of bodily self? Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhaling, fold. And as you fold, allow the spine, the core, the neck, the brain to soften down. Inhale, step the left foot back. Keep the knee up, the heel up, but you may keep the hands down. So in this way, we get to keep the neck really relaxed as we spark those legs way on. Inhale, reaching into the pelvis. Now, if you're working with a sacral issue, there might be one or two of us. You might consider actually hugging the halves of your pelvis together. Almost like you have a little elastic hugging band around your pelvis. Sometimes that's actually beneficial to some of our pelvis and sacrums that have been doing this style of yoga a while. We actually need to hug our parts together. Kind of gently hugging the halves of the pelvis together as you press vibrantly out through the legs. Not to untether them, but to just feel that aliveness moving through the legs. And letting that breath start to connect that energy of the legs through the throat, the expressive centers, and into the brain. Our interpretive centers. And gently set the knee down, the left knee down. We press back, curl the toes under, and we prepare for pyramid. When you press that back knee off the ground, fold. You may like blocks to elevate your hands. In fact, I'm going to do that. And just for the moment, this is a novel kind of inquiry. Can you feel the deep back neck structures? So you're actually listening and feeling into the back of your throat. If you're acquainted with the chakra system, you can feel that energetic movement in the back of your neck. If you're not so hip to the kind of map of chakra motions, you can just feel the neck bones, the inside, deep vertebrae belly. So where the neck bone becomes your bronchial, arterial walls, esophagus, vocal cord. I'm going to start to get a sense of that implicit environment, the quality of sensations that just seems to show up in this back of neck. And now let's bend that right knee, inhaling, move hands to the ground, and we exhale, stepping the right foot back and lowering belly, pelvis, chest to earth. Low cobra. So I'm going to stick these hands way out in front of shoulders. Inhale, belly into the earth. Slight uplift through the chest, pulling with the hands gently. Shoulders glide away from the neck, unclustering the brain area. Exhale, lower down, downward dog. Now, feel as you're carefully wrap the shoulders. What do you feel at the bottom of the brain, the very top of the spine, or this back of throat, chakra center? As you move the shoulders, what is discernible? What emerges for you with regard to this back of neck, throat area? You might feel that quality in the form of tension or relief, vacancy, numbness, pain, ache. You might feel the chattering jaw quiver of biting back words or tears. Even the muscular pain of words unsaid, expressions unexpressed. Anything's possible. Inhale the left foot forward, lunge. And we're keeping the knee up and the heel up. Hands can remain down for lots of support. So again, if you're working with a set of sacral concerns, like you may have had a diagnosis of a lot of ligamental movement or such, I just create a little hug. Kind of just hug all those sacral and pelvic bones. And inhaling into the pelvis. Exhaling, reaching back through that right heel. Now, is it possible to work this lunge in a way that develops our healing capacity through the pelvis? Can I work this in a way where energy develops in a way that's healing and holing? We don't have to keep stringing our bodies out. There's ways to kind of be more like a battery, just kind of stowing, storing, readying. And breathing that all the way through the core and into the brain. All right, setting up for pyramid. We can set that right knee down, curl the back toes under, and exhaling, press. Press the left leg to straightened, press the right heel to the ground, pyramid or fold with legs apart. Okay, so right here, there might be an individual, it might be a couple of us. Feel the relationship, feel the gut and the jaw area. Both able to be soft and conduct the energy, the communications of the body. You know, what a fascinating territory. The jaw is this place where communications come out, information comes in, and the gut is where this information is parsed and kind of deconstructed and made available and absorbable. You can feel how they're working together, the jaw and the gut together. And bend that left knee, inhaling. We'll set the hands to the ground. Exhale, step back, and draw the shoulders down as we lower completely to ground. Low cobra, hands a foot or foot and a half in front of the shoulders. Inhale. Check out that back of brain area. There we go. Exhale, lower down. Whoever that was, good catch. Hands under chest. Downward dog. All right, let's have some more fun. You can do a chest opener in Warrior Two. Inhale the right foot forward. So the Warrior Two stance. And the chest opener is interlacing hands behind back. Okay. Now I'm less concerned about the elbows being straight today and more concerned about what we can feel through the neck and jaw area and through the tailbone. If you feel very steady in your stance, you may enjoy closing eyes and feeling your body's communications that way. What is it that needs to emerge? What is it that needs to be made known today? And release hands, inhaling. I'm going to straighten that right leg for triangle. Additionally, shorten the stance. Heel toe left foot in. Exhale, right hand reach forward. Right side rib lengthens. Right hand to support on leg. Left arm reach skyward. Now press the arms apart. And here's another augmentation move. What would that be like? What would that feel like as I intone spaciousness and freedom around the neck? Reach out through the arms to intone that. There you go. Breathe between the shoulders to feel that. Listen between the shoulders to know it. So you really have to just inquire, what am I feeling? What am I knowing? Right between the shoulders. Half moon. Bring the left hand to the left hip, bend the right knee. Inhale, right hand to the ground. And just so you know what's coming up, we're moving from half moon to vertical splits. I'm going to get a couple blocks in play, and here we go. Right hand, outside right foot. Now, if you're working with those sacral concerns, you may have to hug the sacrum here a little bit. It's like hugging, like a little belt of hug around the hip bones. This isn't for everyone, but it seems of particular interest when we've experienced some looseness about those sacral ligaments. It's something you can try. No looseness. All right, here's that vertical splits. Now, if you feel comfortable activating that left leg, you can reach out as you carefully turn the hips. A few of us may need to set foot down, reorganize the pelvis, and then step back up. Inhaling, set that left foot down. Smoothly, softly. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands are down. Step that right foot back. Lower all the way to the ground. Cobra. Hands a few inches in front of shoulders. Shift the tailbone toward the earth. Inhale. Under the sacrum. As you elevate the chest, keeping the eyes soft, the jaw soft. Exhaling, lower down, downward dog. All right, chest opener, warrior two. Inhale, left foot between hands. Interlace hands behind back. By activating the feet, note what happens. It actually brings our feeling, awareness, distribution lower in the body. Right? Just enlivening the feet. Notice how the center of gravity of our feeling awareness descends. And note how that increases the physicality component of the experience. This is really good when we're doing head work. And I just want to put this out there explicitly. If you're doing a lot of head work, whatever that means, activate, feel, sense, ground, feet, legs, pelvis, a lot. triangle. Release the hands. Inhale, straighten left leg. Gonna heel toe this right foot in, heel toe. Exhale, reach left hand forward. Set left hand down. The thing that is so beautiful about freedom in the body is that it really requires, or it seems to require, listening to every voice in the body. Every part has a voice. Every part is given a space, a moment to be fully heard, fully felt. And I find that unless that occurs, we'll continue to have that, what's that quality? That just like something doesn't quite make itself known. Here's our half moon. We're setting up. Bend left knee. Inhale, right hand to right hip. Left hand to ground. Exhaling, right heel, hip height. Press. Listening and feeling every single voice, every single part is entirely different than just deconstructing parts. This isn't about deconstructing that hip pain. This isn't about deconstructing that ache. This is about listening, letting that ache be heard as an ache, letting that exhilaration be felt and known as an exhilaration. Here's vertical splits. Very smoothly inhale the right hand to the ground, turning the hips, and you may have to do a little reset. Keep reaching through that right leg as you turn. Soften through the base of the neck, the back of the neck. Trembling is a quality of voice, and it needs to be heard. Inhale, set that right foot down softly, softly, softly. Exhaling, chaturanga. Let's step left foot back and lower, all the way down. Cobra. Let's shift that tailbone toward the earth, bringing our breath to bear onto those sacral bones. I'm applying a little bit of a hug just to keep measure with our sacral friends who need that assist. And inhale, pulling the chest forward. The neck is swivelly. I'm not using my clench to pull me up. I'm using my hands to press. And my head is very just lightly swivelly. There you go. Exhale, lower down, downward dog. Swivelly head on the way back. All right, friends, we're getting set for easy bird. Inhale, step your right foot forward, interlock warrior first. Okay. I'm telling us where we're going just in case you want to get a strap or get near a wall. I want you to have the option in a moment of using the wall for your easy bird. Okay? But first, interlock warrior. Right arm encircles right thigh. Left hand reach behind back. And here's easy bird. Keep on to those hands. Step the left foot next to the right foot. Lots of firm, steady pressure through that left foot as we raise the right, straightening the right. And here, some of our sacral friends may need to employ that little kind of hug about the hip bones. There you go. Oops, inhale, we'll set the right foot down. Exhaling, unwind, chaturanga, step back. Inhale, upward dog. Please choose cobra if it suits your back better today. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, interlock warrior, game on. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhaling, the left arm encircles left leg. Right arm behind back. The voice of the body can be felt, heard everywhere, anywhere. But it seems especially potent and discernible through the throat and neck area. So you can get quite discreet and feel that concentrated area neck to get a sense of how the body is communicating, revealing itself in this pose right now. And so what needs to be known, heard, seen, understood right here. Let's give it a chance. Unhurried. Easy bird. Inhale, step that right foot next to the left. Keep the interlock if possible. Firm, steady downward pressure through that right foot. And you can always use a wall for a little extra rest and support, which I'm going to do today. There you go, Vijay. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just lifting right up under the heart. There you go. Awesome. Awesome. All right, inhale. Let's set that left foot softly, softly down. Right foot step back. Exhaling, chaturanga, unwind. Step back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, gently set those knees down. Have a rest. Do one final item, and I want to show you two ways to approach this. One is standing and one is seated. One will create a little more tension on the system and one will be less tensional in nature. Okay. So we're revisiting a twist with the wall. So option one, kind of the lighter of the two, I believe, be this form, squatting twist with the wall. And the other form of it, if you want to take a different depth approach, okay, I think we did something like this on Sunday, ankle over thigh. I'm at least forearm distance from the wall, so I'm about this far from the wall. I rebend, hand, prop, hook. And I'm using the wall. Why? Once I get a little tacky hook on that wall, I can pull, 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 chest up. And I'm exaggerating, but you can see my spine and my back and my chest. If I push with my right and pull with my left, that makes for a lot less compression in the low back. Cool. So, ankle over thigh, twist with a wall. Or if that's a little too much on you today, I get the feeling that this week has really left a lot of people feeling kind of drained and strung out. Just maybe my read on it is wrong, but if you want a softer approach to twist, standing, squat, twist. Here we go. And we'll count on about 5, 6, 7 breaths per side. Those of you doing the seated version on the wall, I'm keeping both sit bones on the ground. Tremulousness is a voice. Would it be possible to listen to such a quality, to hear it in its entirety? What do you know by listening through the neck, through the throat? When you feel complete with that, I invite you to lie back for Shavasana. And here we continue to listen and allow for all of these emergent voices, guidance. So the voices of our many, many parts. And my sense is that we'll spend quite a bit of moments of our lives going through and listening to every part, every part, every part, every part. And this is so good because it builds such a large awareness container, if you will, where a new, more inclusive whole can be developed, sensed, experienced. When you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side. Use both hands on that side so that your press can occur with a light neck touch. Move to seated. We might even just take one moment to thank our body for its mentorship, its guidance, its wisdom, its intuition, its intelligence. As we become our own best inner physician. Namaste.